Hey everyone, so today we are going to compare Leonardo AI and one of their new models called PhotoReal, and we are going to compare it against Midjourney. So let's go ahead and jump right in and get started. So as you can see on the screen, this is the featured model, so let's go ahead and click on that. So the first prompt is Chrome Robot with Neon Tech Armor in Cyberpunk City, Hyper-Realistic Photography. Okay, let me go ahead and click on that. I mean, this is amazing. I am in love. So this is the type of quality that I'm used to getting in Midjourney. So I am extremely happy with these results. I mean, the highlights, the reflection of the buildings on the armor, the light neon shine on the chrome. I mean, I'm blown away. So let's go ahead and see how Midjourney turned out. The quality is the same. We see the shine, we see the reflection. I do think that Midjourney has a slight upper hand as far as the texture. I know that on Leonardo, I can try to improve the texture a bit, but I can easily fix it in Photoshop if I wanted to as well. But the fact that Midjourney already has it, I do think that they have a slight advantage, and I can really see that here on the edges. But I mean, we're talking about very tiny differences. The quality is on par. So I am definitely, and by the way, this is not even the upscaled version. So yeah, now that I'm looking at it again, Midjourney does have a slightly higher level of detail, but it is really close, you guys. I mean, you could just edit the extra sharpness and texture and clarity and it would be the same, because this is not even the upscaled version and the texture is already much better. So I'm going to have to go with Midjourney on this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second prompt. The second prompt is futuristic Shelby Mustang flying car, hyper-realistic photography. Now the car is not flying, but it definitely is looking like an amazing photo shoot. Is that a Cobra? Instead of a Mustang, it has, I don't know, it kind of looks like a Cobra snake right there, but the fact that it's not flying, okay. But I do love the smoke effect. I do love the shine and the texture. The background looks pretty cool. So overall, I mean, this is an amazing picture. Like, I would think, like, I literally have no complaints. It looks great. And these are the results from Midjourney. Let's go ahead and try to zoom in a bit. Now, both of them did not give me the flying car I was looking for, but it gave me a futuristic car. And I do like the fact that it has kind of like the indent the way that a Shelby Mustang would. So, I mean, it did have that noticeable detail. I'm loving this. I mean, I don't know what that is supposed to be, but it's definitely not a Mustang. It looks like a cartoon dog. I mean, not the cartoon version, but you know, the outline of it. But it does look really good. And by the way, I love Mustangs. They're my go-to. I love old school cars. So, and of course, teal, my favorite color. I mean, this looks good. This is a close one. I think if I compare this one to these, oof. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with this one right here. I mean the quality is on par. Like I said, I don't even have complaints about the details. Right now we're just looking at which one looks better, and then I'm gonna just have to go with Midjourney again just because I like the style of this one better and it would be easier to edit. But the details the details on both are great. Once again, the PhotoReal one looks amazing, but it does have a softer shading and kind of a glossy look. I may have to play around with the details to see if I can get a higher level of resolution on it. The next prompt is Latina woman surrounded in a field of white tulips at sunrise during golden hour, hyper-realistic photography. I love tulips. They are my number one flower, so of course I had to see how they turned out. Now with this one, I put only one lady and I got two, but the tulips are beautiful. My only complaint is I wish that their eyes actually looked open and were making some sort of eye contact, or if their eyes were glistening somehow from the light. Maybe on her, since the light is coming from this angle, would have been beautiful to see how maybe the sunlight was reflecting from her eyes. I think that would have added more to the photo. They look real. I mean, it's beautiful. The hair is stunning. The field of tulips. I mean, I want to be there. That's gorgeous. I love their clothing. I want that outfit too. I mean, this is gorgeous. Now, oh no. Okay. The hands, I don't know what kind of, I don't even want to look closer. That looks terrible. But so we found a mistake. I don't know what kind of monstrosity that is, but yeah, the hands are not doing a good job right there. But overall, everything else looks okay. Let's go ahead and check out Midjourney. Now these look beautiful as well. Let's zoom in a bit. I mean, the flowers look beautiful. Her hands look okay. No, they don't. Her hands are messed up. I don't know what's going on with this reverse finger. Um, I would have to fix that, but overall, her face looks good. Her face looks good. The fingers, again, the spacing is a tiny bit off, but that can easily be fixed. These tulips are starting to look a bit more like roses. This one, the flowers are not exact. The tulips look the best on this one. I think this is the best one. But we can't see her hands. But overall, I mean, look at these strands of her hair. That looks amazing. This one, I think I'm going to have to go with, I may have to go with Leonardo. Because for me, I was looking to focus more on the tulips, and I do think they turned out really beautiful. The only thing I would have to really fix is the hand and the eyes. I mean, that may take me some time, but I think in this round, I will have to go with Leonardo PhotoReal. I think this one gave better results with the hair, the overall focus on the tulips and the people. Okay, the next prompt is a beautiful woman sitting in a field of red orchids with golden accent, hyper-realistic photography. Let's go ahead and take a look. Already, like, this is my dream. I love orchids. Probably my number two flower. So tulips and orchids. So it did a gorgeous job. Let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. The flowers look beautiful. I wish they had a few longer stems, different variation. I'll have to play around because sometimes when you specify certain flowers, they're able to make it. Sometimes they can't. But these are gorgeous. Once again, though, I don't know why Leonardo keeps giving me ladies that have their eyes closed. I know it's supposed to be maybe ethereal and alluring, but let's get some eye contact. I'll have to maybe specify or clarify and see if I can fix that. But at least her hand looks okay right there. The skin looks gorgeous. It's glowing. The hair looks beautiful. Let's go ahead and check out Midjourney. Now these look beautiful. Now these are not exactly orchids. These look more like, I believe, like a ranunculus, I believe. My perfumer side is forgetting the name of the flowers. That's embarrassing. These are not exactly orchids. They're just beautiful red flowers. But the overall look is, I mean, this is, yeah, the resolution on this is beautiful. The texture, the look. I would have to try to brighten up the eyes, but the hair is incredible. The fingers, okay. I may have to adjust the knuckles a tiny bit, but this, yeah, it's hard to compete with Midjourney, but Leonardo PhotoReal is pretty close. Finally, I get one with gorgeous eyes. Um, I'm trying to look for a flaw aside from the obvious that the flowers are the wrong ones. Tiny bit of spacing that's inaccurate with the fingers here. Although I do love the model, I think definitely Midjourney created the best model. I think overall Leonardo created the aesthetic of what I was looking for with the red orchids. I would have to just spend some time trying to get her eyes to be open. I would just have to create another version of this one and just update the prompt. So I think I'm going to have to go with Leonardo creating a better composition. And the last prompt is going to be a male model scientist building a robot with glowing mechanical suit, futuristic background, hyper-realistic photography. Let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, Leonardo definitely has an issue with the eyes. If I don't specify the eyes, all the eyes typically seem to be closed and I'm not getting a lot of eye contact. So that is something to be aware of. I'm not sure what's going on with this hand. It's like he's making his own hand. There's a disconnection there. But overall, I mean, the hair texture is amazing. The overhead lighting that is mimicking, for example, that we can see that there's lights on the ceiling. He definitely has that. I mean, the hair follicle texture with a tiny tweak in Photoshop that would really pop. The texture of the shirt looks good, and there's actually a perceivable difference between the texture of the shirt and the texture of the vest that he's wearing. So that is impressive. We do have to pay attention to those details. I do love that we can see the texture on the wires, and I know absolutely I could improve this in Photoshop with a bit of tweaking. There is a slight bit of blurriness here. I wish that there was more definition. I can see that there would be an issue with the wrist because this looks like this is the wrist and then the watch is covering the wrist. So there's like a weird indentation here that I would have to fix. And since it's blurry, fixing that would not look as good. Another weird indentation here. So we are seeing just minor changes. Doesn't take me too long to fix it. But the eyes might take me an adjustment or just update the prompt to see if it would be fixed. Let's go ahead and take a look at Midjourney. Like I said, these are not even the upscaled versions. I'm going to, let's just upscale one because even in the preview, the texture is already so much better than Leonardo PhotoReal. All of these, finally we can see his eyes. You can see slight. So we won't hold Leonardo too much for the issue with the eyes, but the texture, let's go ahead and upscale this guy and take a look at his eyes. So now that I upscaled this one, let's take a look. The hair looks great, but now I do think that Leonardo AI may have better hair follicles. I mean, this one looks great, but yeah, I think Leonardo may win on that one. The eyes, of course, they look great. There is noticeable difference between the shirt and the vest. This clearly looks more like leather. This looks more like cotton or polyester. I can actually see a slight shading variation of the veins. He is missing a finger, but I can fix that with generative fill in Photoshop. Okay, this one does look like at least he has 4 fingers. He has 3 over here. Robot, the details here, they're slightly blurred out, similar to on Leonardo AI, but there's enough detail and sharpness on the focal point. For example, where the light is, highlighting it here, since this is the focus, the sharpness is in the correct place. And it's okay that the background is a bit more blurry. So I think with this one, I'm going to have to go with Midjourney again. Yeah, I do think that Leonardo, so let's say if Midjourney is a 10, I think Leonardo AI, let's say an 8.5, because I can easily bump it up to the same score as Midjourney with a bit of tweaking. It might take me a bit of time trying to edit the eyes or update the prompt, and then we might get similar results. So I do think it is pretty close to Midjourney. But overall, I'm going to have to go back with Midjourney. It does create more realistic results. So Leonardo AI versus Midjourney. Midjourney is going to win. It's pretty close. It's really close, guys. But yeah, Midjourney is definitely going to win this round. All right, let me know who you thought won. Or did you agree or disagree with my observations as far as the details? And what do you think about the two different programs? All right, guys, and make sure to subscribe. You guys know I need more subscribers because I'm trying to grow the channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's quick comparison, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.